Today we'll gain some basic knowledge about the Constitution of India through some multiple choice questions. So without wasting any time, let's proceed. The first question is, which of the following principles and guidelines should be kept in mind for considering the constitutionality of statutory provision upon a challenge on an alleged vice of unreasonableness of restriction imposed by it? Statements are as follows. A. The restriction sought to be imposed on the fundamental rights guaranteed by the Article 19 of the Indian Constitution must not be arbitrary or of an excessive nature, so as to go beyond the requirement of felt need of society and objects sought to be achieved. B. There must be a direct and approximate nexus or a reasonable connection between the restriction imposed and the object sought to be achieved. C. No abstract or fixed principle can be laid down which may have universal application in all cases. Or D. All of the above. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is, all the above statements are true to the above question. The next question is, which of the following statements regarding freedom of press are found to be correct? Statement 1. This freedom cannot be claimed by a newspaper or any other publication run by a non citizen of India. Statement 2. The freedom of press under our constitution is not higher than the freedom of ordinary citizen and is subject to the same limitation as are imposed by Article 19 Clause 2 of the Indian Constitution to those limitations only. Options are A. Both are correct, B. Both are incorrect, C. Only first statement is correct, or D. Only second statement is correct. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is, both the above statements regarding freedom of press and Article 19 are correct. The next question is, which of the following amendments Act empowers the court to adjudge the reasonableness of the restriction imposed even on the right guaranteed by the Article 19 Clause 1A of the Indian Constitution? Options are A. First Amendment Act, B. Second Amendment Act, C. Third Amendment Act, or D. Fourth Amendment Act. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is, the First Amendment Act empowers the court to adjudge the reasonableness of the restriction imposed even on the right guaranteed by the Article 19 Clause 1 of the Indian Constitution. The next question is, Clause 1B of Article 19 of the Indian Constitution guarantees the freedom of citizens to meet with each other in any number provided by the Assembly. Is options are A. In a peaceful manner, B. An unarmed, C. In a large gathering, or D. Both A and B are correct. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is, both A and B. That is, Clause 1B of the Article 19 of the Constitution guarantees freedom to citizens to meet each other in any number provided that the assembly is a peaceful assembly and the people are gathered without carrying any arms. The next question is, which of the following statements regarding the freedom of association are found to be correct? First statement, the right guaranteed by the Article 19 Clause 1C is an ordinary right which is enjoyed by all the citizens to form association. Statement 2, it has no reference to the right which is conferred by a particular statute to act as a member of a body which is creation of the statute itself. Options are A. Only first and second statement are correct. B. Only first statement is correct. C. Only second statement is correct. Or D. Neither one nor the second statement is correct. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is, both the statements 1 and statement 2 are correct regarding the freedom of association. The next question is, by which of the following clauses the right to freedom of the movement is guaranteed to Indian citizens? Options are A. Article 19(1)(c), B. Article 19(1)(b), C. Article 19(1)(a), or D. Article 19(1)(d). The correct answer to this question is option D, that is, Article 19(1)(d) gives the right of freedom to movement to Indian citizens. The next question is, the surveillance is needed for legitimate purpose of prevention of the crime and its process must necessarily be confidential. In which of the following situations the court may interfere in the police surveillance? The statements are: Statement 1, where it is sought to be used for a purpose other than the detection of crime. Statement 2, where the surveillance is an excessive as to squeeze out the fundamental freedom of all the citizens or to offend the dignity of the individual. The options are: only first statement is correct, B, only second statement is correct, C, both statement 1 and statement 2 is correct, or D, neither statement 1 nor statement 2 is correct. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is both statement 1 and statement 2 is correct. The next question is, which of the following statements regarding freedom of residence are correct? Statement 1, since the right under Article 19 of the Indian Constitution are available only to a citizen, a person cannot complain of the infringement of his right under the subclause 1, clause E of his citizenship has been terminated by law made by the Parliament under Article 11. Statement 2, it is not available to the foreigner. Options are: A, neither 1 nor 2, B, statement 1 and 2 are correct, C, only first statement is correct, or option D, only second statement is correct. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is, both the statement 1 and statement 2 is correct regarding the freedom of residence. The next question is, which of the following expression is employed under Article 19, Clause 1, Subclause G of the Indian Constitution? Options are: A, profession, B, occupation, C, trade and business, or D, all of them. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is, all the above are employed under Article 19, Clause 1, Subclause G of the Indian Constitution. The next question is, which of the following clauses are covered under Article 20 of the Indian Constitution? Statements are: Statement 1, no person shall be convicted of any offence except for the violation of law in force at the time of the commission of the act charged as an offence. Statement 2, no person shall be prosecuted and punished of the same offence more than once. Statement 3, no person accused of any offence shall be compelled to be a witness against himself. Options are: only first statement is correct, B, only second and third statement is correct, C, the first and the third statement are correct, or D, all first, second, and third statement are correct. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is, all of the above. The statement 1, statement 2, and statement 3 are correct and are covered under Article 20 of the Indian Constitution. The next question is, Article 20, Clause 3 of the Indian Constitution is about accused immunity from being compelled to be a witness against himself. This clause gives protection to whom? The options are: to a person accused of an offence, B, against compulsion to be a witness, C, against himself, or D, all of them. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is, all of them. The next question is, which of the following is our essential ingredients of the clause 3 of the Article 20 of the Indian Constitution? Options are: A, compulsion, B, confession, C, prohibition, or D, both A and B. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is, compulsion is an essential ingredient of the clause 3 of the Article 20 of the Indian Constitution. The next question is, which of the following statements regarding the protection of the personal liberty are found to be correct? Statement 1, the object of the Article 21 of the Indian Constitution is to prevent encroachment upon personal liberty by the executive, save in accordance with law and in conformity with the provisions thereof. Statement 2, before a person is deprived of his life or personal liberty, the procedure established by law must be strictly followed and must not be departed from the disadvantage of the person affected. Options are as follows. A. Both first and second statement are correct. B. Only second first statement is correct. C. Only second statement is correct. Or D. None of the above statements are correct. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is, both first and second statement are correct regarding the protection of the personal liberty. The next question is the protection of Article 21 extends to which of the following? Options are A. Citizens, B. All persons, C. Foreigners, or D. Persons under imprisonment. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is, to all persons Article 21 extends. Article 21 gives the right to life and personal liberty. It also gives every person or the citizen of India the right to life and to live in a dignified manner. The next question is which of the following can be included in right to life under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution? The statements are first statement, a right of a person not to be subjected to bonded labor or to unfair condition of the labor. Statement 2, right of the bonded labor to rehabilitation after release. And statement 3, right to decent environment and reasonable accommodation. The options are as follows. A. All the above statement, that is first, second, and third statement are correct. B. Only first and second statement are correct. C. Only second and third statement are included. Or D. Only first and third statement are included in right to life under Article 21. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is all the above statement, that is right of a person not to be subjected to bonded labor or unfair condition of labor, right of a bonded labor to rehabilitation after release, and right to decent environment and reasonable accommodation are included in right to life under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. The next question is which schedule was added to the Constitution after 73rd Amendment Act 1992? Options are A. 10th schedule, B. 11th schedule, 12, C. 12th schedule, or D. None of the above. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is the 11th schedule was added to the Constitution by 73rd Amendment Act 1992. The 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1992 consists of provisions from Article 243 to 243(o). In addition, the Act has also added a new 11th schedule to the Constitution of India. The next question is in which of the cases domiciliary visit by the police without the authority of the law was held to be violative of Article 21 of the Indian Constitution, assuming that a right of privacy was a fundamental right derived from a fundamental freedom of movement guaranteed by Article 1, Clause 1D of Indian Constitution as well as a personal liberty guaranteed by Article 21. Options are A. Dr. Sudesh Jali vs. State of Haryana, B. Khare Singh vs. State of UP, C. Govind vs. State of MP, and D. Neera Mathur vs. LIC. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is Khare Singh vs. State of UP. The next question is what is not true about the DPSP, that is Directive Principles of State Policy? Options are A. They are borrowed from the Irish Constitution. B. They are meant for promoting social and economic democracy. C. They can be enforced in a court of law. And D. They are classified into Gandhian, socialist, and liberal intellectuals. The correct answer to this question is option C. That is, they can be enforced in a court of law. Is not true about the Directive Principle of State Policy. The idea of the DPSP was adopted from Irish Constitution. Although the DPSP cannot be enforced in the court of law, they are the governing principle based on which the state is supposed to act. A constitutional amendment bill is necessary to bring about a change in directive principle of state policy. The next question is which of the following statements regarding reasonableness of penal law These are found to be correct. Options are statement 1, a procedure which was arbitrary, oppressive, or fanciful with no procedure at all. Statement 2, a procedure which was unreasonable could not be said to be in conformity with Article 14 because the concept of the reasonableness permeated the article in toto. The options are A, both statements are true and correct. B, only first statement is correct and true. C, only second statement is correct. D, none of them are correct. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is, both the statements are correct regarding the reasonableness of the penal law. The last question is, protection against arrest and detention in certain cases are mentioned in which of the following articles of the Indian Constitution? Options are A, Article 21, B, Article 21A, C, Article 22, or D, Article 22A. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is, in Article 22, protection against arrest and detention in certain cases are mentioned in Indian Constitution.